If you change your mind. Hello, everybody. So today I'm going to do that number thing where I ask Siri to pick a number between 1 and 499. I pull to see what the day is, pull the majors, and then we get into it. The goal today is to keep this under 30 minutes. If I get under 20 minutes, bonus stars. Stars don't do anything. They just make me feel good about myself, I guess. So, hey Siri, choose a random number between 1 and 499. Siri wasn't even listening. Hey Siri, choose a random number between 1 and 499.
A random number between 1 and 499 is 487.
487? I think last time I did this, I got a really high number as well. So we'll go 487, so I don't forget. So 487 is the world card, the star, and the chariot. Oh, wow. Okay. Love that. So I'm pulling from the bottom. Oh, the Eight of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and the Nine of Cups. This is the space of like you putting in work. It's putting work into an area that saw very little sort of progress or fruition for a reason. And I feel like it's almost sort of disconnected, or it's almost like it seems that there's a lot more work involved than fulfillment. Potentially it's one of those things where you feel that way because maybe it was especially difficult or strenuous. But with the high priestess here, it's because of the high priestess that I think it's like we didn't see the payout, but it's about to pay out big time. And then I feel like this is clarifying this energy, like beyond what you could have believed or imagined. Okay, so I'm looking for the world card, I'm looking for the star, and I'm looking for the chariot. I'm pulling from the bottom of the deck. No, I'm pulling from the top. Ooh, the sun and the moon are together. Oh, here we go. Ooh, okay. We've been seeing that card lately. So the world is coming out between the Seven of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. That's us building into a space. That's the Eight of Pentacles, High Priestess, Nine of Cups. This energy is feeling like divine feminine, but it's divine feminine in a way where she's almost sort of separate from everything else. She's outside the picture. She's sort of been put into her own little pocket realm reality. The wholeness of her has been separate. This is us cultivating things on earth, receiving. It's a receptive energy, a cultivation energy. It's preparing the space to welcome her back. And it's coming around the world, so that's cute. Excuse me. The devil is with the magician again. Oh. So the star card, right? 487. The star card is coming in between the Six of Cups and the Messenger. This, again, it's an energy of remembrance. And it's coming through as like divine masculine energy. It was the Emperor. Something within the soul remembers. But what was cute was, not cute, it's not cute. The devil and the magician, the magician, and the Two of Pentacles is right here. This was that South Node path yesterday. It was the Two of Pentacles, the Nocturne, that linked out to the Magus, and then the devil was on the Mag's side, connected by the Ten of Pentacles. Here, it's the Ten of Cups. And so there's almost this feeling of like something has changed enough between the Cups and the Pentacles that it makes room for something. I don't know what that something is. That's outside the scope of this reading. The Chariot is the last one. Come on, Chariot. We're getting really close to the bottom of the deck. The Chariot is coming out with the Seven of Cups and the Six of Pentacles. So the Tower is the last card that was revealed. This is how close the Chariot was to the top of the deck. Oops. This is the rest of the deck. If you can compare. This, honestly, this is about the space where the Devil came out with the South Node in that reading. And then, like, Strength came out literally, like, at the top of the deck, right? They also came out in order. The World, and then the Star, and then the Chariot. Bottom of the deck was the Queen of Cups. It's not over yet. You're not quite out of the woods yet, type of energy. So we have this Queen of Cups in the Tower. And then we have this Judgment and the Eight of Wands. Followed by the King of Swords and the Knight of Wands. With the Ten of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune under that. Yeah, sure. Why not? Okay. I'm at 7 minutes. Nice. Let's move this here so I can set these here. I don't know why that song is in my mind today. That's what I was singing when this started. It's Change Your Mind. It's Steven Universe. It's like, I don't need you to love me. I love me. I don't need you to respect me. I respect me. But I want you to know you could know me if you change your mind. And then I'm going to put this here. So today, June 17th, it is Bunker Hill Day in Suffolk County, Massachusetts, first quarter moon. If we're in what, Gemini season, first quarter moon should be Virgo, right? Is the moon in Virgo? Should be, I think. Moon is in Virgo, 20 degrees. So it is almost directly opposing Neptune. So Bunker Hill, originally Bunker's Hill, in Charleston, Massachusetts, was named for wealthy landowner George Bunker, who had owned property on the summit in the 1600s. I've read this. I've read this before. I don't remember where because I literally just opened it up to a random day. Cuz I was like, "Oh, it was named after a person." Right? It's like you would think it's Bunker Hill because of what the hill signified, right? Maybe there was like a war or something, or this hill was a safe haven. That's why it was named Bunker's Hill, that there's some kind of resource, but it's like, no, it was just named after the dude who owned it. And that kind of sort of a little bit plays into that energy of the disconnect between the sense and the sensation. Why is it that, you know, Feet smell and noses run. Oh, come on. I'll use that for the thumbnail. This is interesting. It is almost coming out as this energy of a first place. It's coming through as we're in a position of navigating change, as we cross sort of threshold after threshold after threshold. There is an energy of acceleration because so much stands to be changed at once. This is easy. And then the cards themselves, right? The chariot, the star in the world, the star in the chariot. This is the world moving forward to a brighter tomorrow, to a space that it didn't think it would be able to reach because it's so far from where it started. And the chariot isn't a slow energy necessarily. I mean, in this deck, they're just chilling. No one's really going anywhere. And what I love about this is if you look at their tails, the tail corresponds to the other. It reminds me of American Mary, honestly, when with the twins. It reminds me of the twins of American Mary. But that's like just an imagery. I don't well, they were wealthy. And Bunkers Hill is a wealthy landowner. Anyway, it's like the world is moving forward into a space. This could also be the age of Aquarius, right? But beyond that, it's just moving into a space that's not as dark, where we don't feel like we're constantly drowning or inundated with all of the woes of the modern world. So these go here. This is Mars. The tower came out yesterday, too, on the other side. And it was a repeat. It was Mars, Emperor, Death, Judgment, Mars, Emperor, Death, Judgment, Mars, Emperor, Death, Judgment. But part of that foundation was kept, which is again, so these go here. These go with this. These go here, obviously, which means that these come down here, which is also fitting. Okay. That song is just like it's playing in my head. I don't need you to respect me. I respect me. But I want you to know you could know me if you change your mind. Oh, it's not even 15 minutes yet. So yeah, so over here, this is what's happening. This is interesting though, because this feels a little backwards. And that was an energy even when I did that. It's like things are like flipped somewhere. So, because it looks like we're cultivating space for divine feminine energy to reemerge in the full sort of brilliance of her glory, right? In her full radiance. This is a space of us remembering the truth of divine masculine energy and spreading the message of that. We're preparing the world in both ways to accept and receive divine feminine and divine masculine energy. And then when they come together, when they work harmoniously with the Six of Pentacles, it opens us up to receive things. This is that options energy with the Seven of Cups. It's like so much of what wasn't possible when both of those energies were fragmented and disparate and separated, right? Now that they're coming together and working in balance, it opens us up to the almost unimaginable. And then there we see the with the Seven Cups, all those colors. If I can find it, it reminds me of that Ten of Cups that was before. Here it is, because it was the Devil, the Magician, and the Two of Pentacles, which was yesterday. But with the Ten of Cups, I said that something had changed, and it's this: the Ten of Pentacles is cute, but it doesn't necessarily imply a happy relationship, right? You can be wealthy and miserable. You could be committed to somebody and be miserable. This is an energy of joyous reunions. And I think both ladies in this card are pregnant. And you can see that in the Ten of Cups, it's a lot fuller than it is in the Seven of Cups. It's a lot more vibrant here. That's the space of something that is yet to be sort of realized fully. But we're coming into a period where we can allow it now. With the Ten of Wands and with the Ten of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom, this is that 10-10 energy. This is us again, like that's the journey that we go on, preparing ourselves to welcome both energies and to have them play in a way that is very sort of not only mutually beneficial, but more accurate to what that dynamic is. And that within self is what moves the world. And again, there's that Wheel of Fortune energy that the Hierophant has been keeping stuck because its time is over. The King of Cups is here with the Five of Pentacles under the Wheel of Fortune and the Ten of Wands. Was it like this? I think so. So that's what this is. The union of those two creates room and creates space for what we would only be able to dream of, right? So, on the side of remembering the masculine, the truth of divine masculine, it's the Queen of Cups with the Tower. And again, something about that Tower card yesterday, it was this energy of like the whole tower isn't going to come down. That bottom layer was fine. Everything we built on top of it needed to go, which is again why this almost sort of carries more of an energy of remembrance. There's a lot that's going to be released and let go of. And there we see the Kraken. So it's like as we get closer, as we go more and more and more within to the space where we can remember this energy, it prepares us to receive more, right? Because the crown is blown off of the top of the tower. So now we can sort of, I guess you could say, we can receive downloads that we weren't able to without this level of exploration or the depths of exploration. Then on the other side, clarifying us sort of cultivating the space to accept and welcome a more true, authentic divine feminine energy. It's the Eight of Wands in Judgment. This is one of my favorite Judgment cards, though, because it's like you don't have to die. You don't have to die to get a new start, to get a second chance. They're still alive. They are very much so alive and vibrant and happy in this space of judgment with this Eight of Wands. And oh, there's a 789 here. Seven of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, Nine of Pentacles. But with this energy of judgment, again, this is like it's fulfillment that happens a lot quicker, right? It's like, usually delivery speeds are so slow that you're in the ground by the time you get a response from the angel that's in judgment. But with the Eight of Wands, it's things being met. There's a sort of not immediacy, but it reminds me of that card, an immediately met request. But I think the other message on that card is an ancient word that stirs ancient things to life whispered. No, it's not that one. It's let me just see. Goodness. Because that might be a powerful message duly received, an immediately met request. Oh, look, it's right here. You'll never believe what it is. It's the Eight of Clubs. The Eight of Wands is right here. An immediately met request, a land where all seasons reside, and a return to center. This is in between a bell that brings the physical and intangible into harmony as it pulses out into the universe, collision or cohesion, and a complete restructuring of home, a breathtaking sight that redefines beauty and allowing one's soul to breathe. So that's this energy. And then clarifying this space of mutuality where they both sort of exist. It's the Knight of Wands and the King of Swords. This is an energy, it's like there are certain things that are going to need to be established. It's going to be the knowing and the drive. But there is something in this Knight of Wands in particular that's about compassion, the power of compassion, and making the unheard and like voicing the unheard. Because the King of Swords knows the full range of what needs to sort of be like done in order for things to work smoothly. The King of did I say Wands? The King of Swords knows that like if you build this kingdom and you only focus on making a certain subset of people happy, eventually you're going to have some kind of revolt, some kind of rebellion, some kind of something. When those who are not heard have had enough. And also, like, he just wouldn't want to do that, right? Not only will it lead to problems down the line, but it's also just not something that you should do. Now, the thing that feels like it's backwards, it's in this energy. Because it feels like we're cultivating space for the divine masculine by remembering the divine feminine. But if I do this, the cards don't have the same meaning. So it has to be done this way. And this, it's almost like that there's this quantum nature in the path of least resistance. Because it's like, let's say that you want What's something good? Let's say that you need milk, right? But no one is. I'm just gonna go with it. Hopefully, it makes sense. Let's say that you want milk, but you can't find any milk, right? And so instead, it's easier for you to find cereal. And so you're manifesting cereal. You're going out and finding cereal, but not like dry cereal, cereal with milk. And so it's like you're filtering through, getting closer and closer to like cereal with milk to get the milk that you actually want. I know that was probably a terrible example and it probably made no sense at all. But it's like it's that energy. It's quantumly linked to something else. But you have a lot less resistance in this one thing, and so you go on the path to establish this one thing, and at the same time you also work on establishing the other. It's almost like how all of your traumas and how all of your fears and worries can play together to really sort of trap you fairly effectively. It's the same energy but applied somewhere else. And also, with that six of cups being remembering the divine masculine and the hierophant being there, it's almost that energy of like it's when something is so bad that it's like when you know what you do want because of what you don't want. It's like when you experience someone who isn't great and you go, I don't want to be that person. And so you didn't necessarily experience the person that you want to be, but because of the people that you don't want to be, you get closer to it. And so it's like, that's the role that Hierophant plays in this. But it's up to us to wield the power of our belief in other things, to be open to see. So, final message, please. That was fairly easy. And I guess I would, I'm the type of person that's like, well, can we lower resistance to both? Because maybe if we can lower resistance to both, it'll happen even quicker. The Seven of Swords came out with the Emperor. Oh, now it's in reverse. The Seven of Swords came out with the Emperor in reverse. See, this is the what's been in the seat of Emperor energy, not actually being Emperor energy. That's why it's a woman, and that's why it's black and white, right? Because the Empress grants the Emperor, gives the Emperor, and trusts to the Emperor the Ankh. This is an Emperor. Hold up, wait. Yeah, this is an Emperor without an Ankh. There's no Ankh here. This is an Emperor that does not have the blessing of the divine feminine. It's an Emperor that tries to take from her. That's why it's sort of in reverse in black and white. And then the Ten of Swords with the Ten of Pentacles is behind it. It knows that its time is over and we're ushering in this new era. And the last time I saw the Ten of Pentacles in this deck, I remember it being almost the space of like, it's just money. It's wealth, but it's not necessarily abundance. With the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles, like how I was saying, you can have the Ten of Pentacles, you can be in a committed relationship, you can be wealthy, but there's no love there. There's no connection. There's no connectivity. It's not a happy home. It's just a really, really nice one. That's what this is. And it is a little sad Because it feels like there could be a person in this energy that's like, I have everything that I want. Like, it's the energy of someone who would go out and who would take from others, who would step on other people. It's like this victory at any cost. I don't care who I hurt as long as I'm moving forward in life. And then it feels empty and it doesn't know why. And it's like, well, I'm doing everything right. I got the cars, I got the money, I got the house, I got the wife, she's gorgeous. I paid a lot for her. It costs a lot to keep her in my life. Why am I not happy? And by it, I paid a lot. It's like this energy of like she's attracted to the status and being a socialite and the house and the money and the cars. That's why she's in that situation. And it's like it's because of the blatant disregard for others. There's no, like, you get what you give, and so if you give no compassion, you probably get none. The lovers and judgment. The choices and decisions that we make, that's what we're sort of evaluated on. And that's what we get more of. And this is a lot of not great choices for the sake of progressing in a very physical 3D sense. So 31 minutes. I'm a little over. It's fine. I call that progress. Um, yeah, Bunker Hill, originally Bunkers Hill in Charleston, Massachusetts, was named for wealthy landowner George Bunker, who had owned property on the summit in the 1600s. Yeah, I feel like it speaks to the safety and security that earthly wealth is supposed to bring, but it also speaks of things that can't be bought and how little security, I guess, how little emotional security or how little happiness lives in that, no matter how many monuments you build to yourself with your wealth. So, I hope you all have a good whatever whenever you see this. I hope you're acting in alignment to make all that you wish to experience your reality. It seems like we're coming into a time of a lot. There's the Nine of Cups. Everything that you've wished for and wanted, you had to work for. Maybe in a time where you didn't even immediately see it pay out, but something within you knew that if you continued, you would get it. Right? 32, 32. What's that? 5, 5. 32 is catalysis and duality. So it's like because the 3 is first, right? So, okay, I'm just going to do this and then I'm going to end it. Because with the 3 being first is something that inspires something else to change. That's the game changing. The 3 and then the 2 being a 5, that's the game changing. Duality and polarity is changing. It's an energy of like something happens to you that resets your scale. Just like how as we grow up, we experience things that are like more and more challenging and more difficult. So it redefines what we think of as challenge and what we think of as ease, where we have new highs and new lows at the same time. And so we have new highs and new lows over here, new highs and new lows over here, both sort of separately changing, which overall gives us a 10, which is that completion. And with the 10 of Wands, this completion also implies a fair amount of understanding why things had to happen the way that they happened in the first place. And it's knowing that the journey that you've gone through, everything that you've been through is for a reason and it will inspire something later. Or you'll be positioned to help those in a similar position later, right? And maybe that's what that Knight of Wands and the King of Swords is. It's like if you could tell your past self anything, what would it be? Now go out and find current versions or current people who are in your past energy and tell them what you wish you had known. Because that also changes things, right? And then you can help other people change their relationship with the duality that they've experienced, or expand upon that relationship in a way that puts them in power. I don't know. Take it as it resonates, right? Always. And if it's not yours, like, please don't take it. Please. It's not my responsibility if you take something that's not yours, but if it isn't yours, please just leave it